I have now shown you a basic trading method that you can use in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team, and hopefully you've had some success with that method all the way to the point of where you've bought a full gold 100 chem team. If you haven't done that yet, then I highly recommend that you watch that previous video so you can increase the amount of coins you have. If you have done what I've said and you've got a few coins left over, this is where we have to start to invest into different players that could potentially increase in price over the next couple days, weeks, or even months. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you do want to take it a step further and see completely different content which isn't based around FIFA, then there is a second YouTube channel where I play through the latest games. If you do want to see that, link to that can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, there are two major events happening over the next week. This is the Ultimate Edition release on the 27th of September and the Standard Edition release on the 1st of October. When we reach both of these dates, there will be a huge increase in the amount of players playing FUT. They will all be playing FIFA for the first time. They'll log in, claim their starter teams, claim their loyalty packs, use their pre-order bonuses, and some will even buy FIFA points so that they can open even more packs. When this happens, there will be a lot more coins in the market, making certain players shoot up in price. On the complete opposite side of this, as so many people are opening packs, there will be certain players who will be packed more often than others, and this will make their price go down. Of course, you don't want to be buying into these players, so I'm going to show you a list of players that I'm looking at for potential investments. I should say that this is based on my opinion. There's no guarantee that any of these will go up in price. The best thing that you can do when investing is diversifying, so buy into as many different players that you think will go up. The players included in this video are on Xbox, so they have Xbox prices. Other platforms may be different, and there's also a chance that when you see this video, they may have fluctuated in price. But this does give you an insight into what I'm looking at as potential investments. The first player that I've already bought into is Yassine Bounou. Yassine Bounou is a 84 rated goalkeeper and is part of the first team of the week. He cost me 10,500 coins. The reason that I've been looking at this type of player, as well as all the other informs that will be included in this video, is because every single year, informs within the first team of the week are almost guaranteed to go up in price. And once you buy into an inform player that's at their lowest point, being 10,000 coins, it can only go up from this point. We are guaranteed to get SBCs throughout the whole of FIFA 22, which does require you to have inform players. If there's also a team that requires a certain rating, then these higher rated informs are going to be going for a much higher price. This is the same for Caputo and also Dzeko, both of which I've bought. Caputo I bought for 10,500 coins and Dzeko I bought for 10,750 coins. This is something that I do every single year, and so far I haven't had any failures with it, so I'm gonna carry on doing it. The next thing that I'm looking at is potential one-to-watch players. Those that are in the teams right now that could potentially get one-to-watch players on the 1st of September. At the minute are being packed as rare gold cards, but once the full game is released, when they're packed, it will be one-to-watch players. The two players that I've got as part of this team and part of this video is Konate and Wijnaldum. Konate I've been able to already buy at 3,900 coins, which is slightly on the expensive side. He may actually drop in value over the next couple of days before the 27th and also the 1st of October. But once the 1st of October hits, as he's already been guaranteed to be getting a one-to-watch card, it means for that first week or potentially second week, depending which team he's in, he's not going to be in packs. It's also the exact same with Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum is costing 19,250 coins. It does seem like players have already started to look at these types of players as potential investments, and it has drawn a lot of attention. The best thing for you to do is actually look at some of the most recent transfers and those that could potentially get one-to-watch cards, those that haven't been confirmed yet, and you can actually just buy into one or two of those players and just store them into your club. Now the next lot of cards that we're going to be going through, and there will be quite a few of these, this is Sbc Fodder. So the first one is Jimenez, being an 84 rated centre back playing for Atletico Madrid. He set me back 2,300 coins. The next player is Bonucci, being an 85 rated centre back playing for Juventus. He cost me exactly 4,000 coins, but it's a player that's been used every single year, especially when it comes to achieving a rating for an SBC. The next player is very similar to Jimenez. This is Stefan Savic. He's got the exact same team in the exact same position, and he's also a fairly similar price, being at around 2,000 coins. The next player that I've bought into is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, being an 84 rated striker playing for Milan. He's also the cheapest player that I have within this list, costing me 1,800 coins, but the last time I checked at 1,500 coins. The next player to talk about is Mikel Oyarzabal, who sent me back 3,800 coins. He is an 85 rated left wing playing for Real Sociedad. Another player that has been used in previous FIFAs for the sole purpose of completing SBCs. And finally, as the last 85 rated which I have within this team is David Silva. David Silva is a perfect link to Oyarzabal. He is a cam playing for Real Sociedad and is 85 rated. So far I haven't bought into him, but he is at around 3,000 coins. Now, as said at the beginning, you do not need to buy into the exact players that I'm talking about in this video, but it is a smart idea to start looking and thinking about the different types of SBCs that will be coming out this year and what they're going to require. Taking this a step further, looking at other players that could be used for SBCs, but they're higher rated and are costing a bit more. The first player, and it's always going to be this case every single year that he's in the game, is Sergio Busquets. Busquets being the rating he is, but unfortunately with the pace that he's got in his card, players just are not too interested in him. He's cost me 7,800 coins and I've actually bought into him. The next player is Toni Cruz, very similar to Busquets. Because of his stats on his current card, players just don't want to use him, but because of his overall rating, he is going to be good when it comes to SBCs. Haven't actually bought into him yet, but at the time recording this video, he is at 10,000 coins. Next player is Luis Suarez. This one is a bit baffling. This is still Luis Suarez and he is lacking pace on his card, but I do still think that he's going to be a very good striker within game. And for the price of 10,000 coins, I think it's well worth it. So with Luis Suarez, he has a chance of going up because he can be used for SBCs, and he also has a chance of increasing because he could be a good player for the price you have to pay. The next player is Kayla Nervous, another player that is used all the time in previous FIFAs when it comes to SBCs for his overall rating. I also think this player can be used within game because it's a goalkeeper. People are always looking for high rated goalkeepers, so of course Kayla Nervous can be used. At the time of recording this video, he is going for 11,500 coins, but I managed to get very lucky when actually recording footage and I managed to buy him at 9,900 coins. The next player is Mats Hummels. Mats Hummels being 86 overall as a centre back, but unfortunately players just don't want to use him. This is purely just down to his 56 pace. At the time recording this video, I haven't bought into him, but he is going for around 5,500 coins. The next player is Verratti. He's also another player that doesn't get used too much within FIFA based on his stats. This time it's not because of the lack of pace, because his pace really isn't too bad. But unfortunately with Verratti, it's the lack of height and the lack of physical. Next up, we have Handanovic being another goalkeeper, but this time at 86 rated playing within the Serie A. He'll set you back 6,000 coins, but very similar to Kayla Nervous, I do believe that he is a player that you can use within game and not just something that you're using as an SBC. The next player is very similar to what we talked about with Sergio Busquets and Toni Cruz. We now move on to Parejo. Parejo is another one of those names which you only say if you're going to be using this player for an SBC. No one actually puts them within their team. He's at a very similar price to the other centre midfielders within La Liga, being at around 6,000 coins. And finally, getting a perfect link to Parejo, we have 86 rated striker Gerard Moreno, who actually looks to be a fairly decent well-rounded striker. Good shooting, good dribbling, passing's okay, physical and pace isn't particularly bad. It's not amazing, but it isn't bad. But he's going to be costing you 5,600 coins. All of these players that I've just mentioned here, and there may be a lot of them, and all of them are here for the exact same reason, Sbc Fodder. We went through a lot of 84 rated players, plus we also started to look at 86, 87 and 88 rated players, all for around 10,000 coins or less. It may not seem like it right now, and some of these players look like they have awful stats and they will be terrible within FIFA. But once an SBC does come out, which does require a rating, these are the players that you're going to be going to. they are some of the cheapest players that you can find within that specific rating. Now, we're not actually done there for this investment video. We still have 2 more players, but these players are in here for something different. They're not actually here because I'm willing to use them for SBCs. These players are here because I think that they're going to be good players, but they are extremely undervalued right now for their overall rating. First player is Lewandowski. Lewandowski is the 2nd highest rated player within FIFA 22, and on Xbox at the time recording this video, his cheapest buy now is 72,500 coins. Now, I'm not saying that this is a player that should be up there with the likes of Messi and Ronaldo. Messi is going for around about 700k and Ronaldo is about 1.4 million. This is definitely a player that should be exceeding above 100,000 coins, especially at the beginning of Ultimate Team. He is incredibly underrated purely just because he isn't the fastest of players. Every other one of his stats are incredibly good. And for you to just spend 70k to get this player, I think it's an obvious shout that players should be making. He's got to be going for more than 100,000 coins at the beginning of FIFA. If not, well, you can buy into a 92 rated striker, which will be absolutely amazing as a striker itself, or you can even move it down to a cam centre mid if it is just something where you're put off just because of that pace. Alongside him, we also have Harry Kane. Harry Kane being a 90 rated striker, but this time he is only going for 20,000 coins. And I did manage to buy one myself at 22,500. Yet again, another 90 rated player going for 20k at the beginning of a brand new Ultimate Team just does not make any sense to me whatsoever. Him and Lewandowski, just because they haven't got that extremely high pace, this is the reason that they are this price. But when we look at their overall rating, because they're in the 90s, it does mean that it's going to be extremely hard for you to be able to pack these players. Once you get that situation where the pack weight for these players are low, but we have an increase in the amount of coins in the market, it just makes logical sense that these types of players are going to increase in price. Now, I understand not everyone will be able to buy into Lewandowski and Harry Kane. Not everyone will be able to get 20k and 70k within this early period when playing EA Play. But we have listed a number of different players that you could potentially buy into and buy into them for different reasons. We looked at different inform players as long-term investments, different types of want-to-watch players that could potentially go out within the first 2 weeks, Sbc Fodder that will increase at some point within the year as we will have an Sbc which does require a certain rating. And then we also have desirable players such as Lewandowski and Harry Kane, who I don't expect to be the most expensive players within the game, but they should be at a higher price than what they currently are, and they probably will reach their highest price at some point in October. But anyway guys, these are some of the investments that I have already bought into and some that I'll be looking to buy into for the next couple of days. As said at the beginning, not every single one of these will go up. The best thing that you can do is diversify. Don't put all your coins into one player. Instead, buy loads of different players, and this is exactly what I'm doing. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.